a mistake here. We're going to record this for Bob. But Dr. Bob Pick of Purple Cow Wow has this very, very unusual way of communicating with his team that is so important. And it's something that we all really need to consider. Bob, thanks for coming up on a Sunday morning before the Chiefs-Bengals game, of course, which is going to go on later, and when nobody's going to watch us over them. But Bob, thanks a lot for being with us. And how are you doing today? How's things out in Chicago?
Yeah, absolutely. It's 85 and sunny here today in my type of weather. Just kidding.
Your credibility has just been destroyed, buddy.
Yeah, you got the snow we got the other day, although much worse. And our weather this week is going to be from like 20 degrees to 1, which means wind chills are going to be -10, -15. And so, oh my goodness. But
yeah, you can keep that.
Yeah. So
you can really keep that. Yeah, I just, my neighbor and I just dug out our whole block using my snowblower and his strong back. And, it leads into something that we want to do here, because my neighbor and I decided that we'd meet at 9 o'clock this morning to clean ourselves out. We have adjoining driveways, and we decided to go all the way down the block and take care of everybody else. Why? Because being nice is really the key, and letting people understand that you're with them and on board with them and we're all in it together. I think it makes a big difference. And I think it makes a big difference with our teams and with our patients. Don't you think?
Yeah, 20 things went through my head. Yes. And what's interesting is when you help others out, some people will never even say thank you for doing it. They may not know who did it, but usually you can find out. But for the one or two that may say thank you, it's worth it, because when I do things like that, it's an endorphin rush into my head.
Yeah.
And I don't want to bore you with the story, but it's so different. The other day I was getting gas. I saw these guys driving and talking to people, and it was a scam. They were trying to tell them they could fix this or in our car in a second. I'm like, there was a lady who was talking to him, and I walked up to her and I said, please don't say yes. And that was it. And she looked at me and said, thank you. And so it's always nice to help people. That's what we're about as humans. And it doesn't always happen, but it's what we're about.
And, leading into what I want you to talk about today for all of us is this level of kindness, this level of courtesy and consideration and human decency. In the old days, when we were growing up, Bob, the thought was they work for you, they do as they're told, they get a paycheck, they go home, and if they don't like it, they could lump it. That is not only wrong, especially today, but it's very counterproductive. And I think in a world where the labor market is very tight, I see people, I just spoke to a dentist an hour ago who is at risk of losing people in her office. But I think the difference here is going to be how much you are heart and soul vested in what you do professionally. And Bob, there is, I thought I was good at it, but you've got me totally eclipsed on this with your system, because you are actively involved in encouraging and supporting the people who don't work for you, they work with you. Tell us what you do, Bob. Tell us about this text thing that you're doing.
Yeah, they certainly work for me. I mean, anybody knows that when you give them a paycheck, but they work with me. They're my team, and team together, everybody achieves more. Everybody knows that acronym, but it's correct. And from day one, it's always been important to me that team is important. And as I've gotten older, I think it becomes more important, because when you work as a team, the whole bar rises throughout everything, from patient contact to you name it. But, two things going through my head, as Paul Goodman would say, as dentists and humans, And every time I write dentistine, spell check underlines it in red. And I'm like, what's going on here? And I say to Paul all the time, something's cuckoo that needs to be stopped. But, our goal is to help people. But in dental school, we're taught how to look for loose enamel rods. We're taught how to prep teeth, how to give an injection, how to remove a tooth. But we're not taught certain things. Some people can be better than others. That's just natural. Some people are better leaders. That's why few people make it to the rank of 1-star general and even less above.
Mhm.
But as I get older, and only my dad had gray hair and reading glasses, not me. But I never want anybody to make the dumb mistakes I've made. And yes, I've made them. And I want them all to get there faster than they ever thought possible with jet afterburners on.
Yep.
That's flipping the switch and full throttle, baby. And if you got afterburners, it lights up and you go. And so 2 things went through my head. One, and remember this, people, family is important. Yes, there's times you're going to have a family issue. There's time your team members are going to have a family issue.
Mhm.
I would rather work slightly short-staffed with a team member having to do something with a family person than say, sorry, but we can't do this. Classic example, 28 years ago, 27, my assistant Sonia is going to be with me 30 years this August, 30. And Sonia, when she first came to the office, Jim and I are never having children. It's not in our cards. We're never having children, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, I'm pregnant. So we were so excited for her. Sadly enough, Sonia had a couple spontaneous miscarriages. And when she got pregnant the 3rd time, she was told by Gynae OB she had to stay at home in bed for the last 4.5 months of her pregnancy and could only get up to go to the bathroom or potentially eat, but they wanted her to eat in bed. Couldn't get up. She was in a panic, thought she was going to lose a job. I looked at her and I go, you're not going to lose your job. And we had 2 assistants, thank God. I worked with one for the next 6-7 months. Didn't matter to me. She still thanks me every day for that. So team is huge. One of my team members has a dad that's going through an issue right now. And so she's with her dad a lot. Doesn't matter to me because she's loyal. She's amazing. So going backwards, one of the things I have learned is, one, you got to hire the right team. Do not compromise, even in a short-staffed arena right now. Do not compromise, because when you hire great team members, they're going to be with you forever. And the only time a team member should leave, they get married. They move. Twice I've given the Hotel California award out. You can check out, but you can never leave. One of my awesome hygienists, Sandy, got married. They moved to Florida. I'm like, you can't move to Florida? But she's always part of our team. So that's number 1. 2, something I started a long time ago with many other things. And what Alan is referring to is a recent article that came out in Dentistry Today, maybe a week ago, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, on the superpower of a group team text. And it's huge. It's a chapter in my upcoming book, Purple Cow Wow. I've been talking about that for years, but I'm in hyperspeed now.
I got dibs on an autographed copy of that book. You know that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, just want to make that clear. Keep going, please.
Yes. And so I started a group text, and it's called Work Family. It's got a heart with it. Everybody's on it. And we do group texting. There's rules on the group text. 1, we usually don't start until 6:30 a.m. Everybody's in the office at about 7:20. So as an example, if somebody, God forbid, there's an accident from, they're stuck and gonna be 5-10 minutes late, they can say to everybody, oh my God, there's an accident. 2 people can help get that person's room ready or something.
Mm-hmm.
So during the day, there's obviously very few group texts that occur. Most of them occur in the evening. We have rules. We stop group texting at 8 p.m. Some people go to bed early. as an example, my assistant Sonia, I know, is always in bed at like 8:30. She's up at like 4. 8:30, I haven't eaten dinner yet. So we stop at 8. But the texts at night are funny things. They can be, oh my God, you guys are awesome. Awesome day. Amazing number of referrals. Hit production number. Couldn't do it without you all. Love you all. Love you all. Love you all.
Yeah.
It could be, you guys are amazing. Next Wednesday, I'm buying lunch, so don't bring it. Annie's going to decide where we're ordering from. And so it blows people away. It can be a fun thing. 6:30, I'll send out a group text. Whoever guesses, and my nickname in the office is Little Bobby.
Oh,
And
no.
yes, that came from, I made the mistake of telling them, started scooping ice cream in 7th grade for a Baskin Robbins. And I hadn't gone through puberty yet. I was very tiny. And the boss used to call me Little Bobby. And so stuck. But I'll say, whoever guesses what Little Bobby had for dinner tonight wins a bat bomb. And my team all love bat bombs. A, baked chicken. C, broiled chicken from Mariano's. C, a steak. D, spaghetti. First one that guesses it wins the bat bomb in the morning. So on the weekends, most of the group texts are either related to, don't forget this meeting's coming up, or I had 3 team members within a period of 4 weeks all become grandmas. And so a lot of fun little texts of, a little baby getting their cheeks squeezed. And so it keeps us together. And it's fun. It's awesome.
It really does. Our friend Dave Karsten is watching with us, and that's Dave is one of the truly leadership voices of our profession now and going in the future. And Dave is just reaffirming what you and I believe, and that is not only is the measure of your life what you do for others, but also all effective healthcare is first about connecting relationships. I'm dealing with a little tech issue here. That's why I'm going back and forth. But I think what you're personifying here, Bob, is the role of doctor, the role of healer, the role of facilitator. And I think this behavior that you're displaying is what is so essential, not only in the world of healthcare today, but in the world. We need these connections. The world is becoming digitalized, depersonalized, commoditized. And it's hard to find people who not only employ with their heart and soul in addition to their wallets, but also people who practice with a heart and soul toward we are human beings here, Bob. And that texting thing, the way I observe it, is your way of saying we're a part of each other's lives.
Hands down. And, there's a, God, I can go brain dead on his name. There's a great quote, I can't believe I can't think of his name, but if you help others get what they want, you will get what you want. And I've discovered over time, it isn't necessarily true. I've helped others get places with no return, but the majority of the time it works. And I've never been one to not help somebody unless they're an idiot, because it's a normal human feeling to help others. And why not?
Yeah.
And,
why not is exactly right. Because you know what? My old buddy Paul Henney talked about this many years ago, that giving it, when you give, you are getting as much yourself. It's almost a selfish act because it feels good. There is an endorphin kick when you do that. Although those are your purple cows behind you.
Yeah. And, it's things like this. And this was during the crazy virtual time where, I sent out a thing to everybody. I recorded it. I used this as the background with 2021. And as an example, I would send a video. It's Vanessa. I have nicknames for all my team members. Vanessa Odessa, Happy New Year. It's from me. I wanted to wish you and your husband, Stephen, awesome Happy New Year.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love my team. I could not what I do without you. Here's to another awesome year. Let's kick some butt and make a purple cow wow. Can't wait to see you next week. Bye.
Yeah.
Did that for every team member.
Mhm.
It's just fun to do. I do it using Snagit, which is an app. I use it on my computer. You can record. You can take screenshots. I record with it. Takes 2 seconds to edit if you want to, but why not? It's
Snag
fun.
The two words, snag it.
Do I work on Saturday?
No. It's called snag. 2 words, snag it.
Oh, Snag It. SNAGIT. Snag It. It's an awesome app. So easy to use, and it's just powerful. And group team things are also awesome. The expressions you can get from people when you take care of them are amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for something here if I can find it. And
While you're doing that, I'm going to put you in the walk and chew gum category. Are there? That's great. Are there? I've seen instances of teams texting things that make me uncomfortable. There are things that I know I would never text to my beautiful crew, my community. What sort of things would you advocate that we not hurl around by text? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, sure. We don't text patients' last names at all for 1,000 reasons. We stay away from personal issues that could be, if you think, my line is, if you think something could be offensive, it is. Don't do it. And so most of them simply are, wow, love you guys. Or, oh my God, look at a little baby Alina. Oh my God, those cheeks are killing me.
Yeah.
So they're fun things. So don't use patients' names. Don't refer to people. And just simply, if your head says, ooh, I don't know if I should send that, don't.
Mhm.
Just that simple.
Aside from personal pleasantries, which is so important, expressions of affection and encouragement, and perhaps, we've got 18 inches of snow on the ground. Let's just pick up the phones and cancel the day. Are there any intra-office things that shouldn't be? Are there intra-office things that could be misconstrued and restricted only to voice or eye-to-eye communication, Bob?
Yeah, Crash. That's a great question. I don't know. I don't think so. And, again, if it involves a patient, no way.
Mm-hmm.
If it involves, this patient may not schedule, may do this, no. And they should all be about pleasantries, compliments. I'm running late, I can't run out of gas.
Yeah.
But so use your head, don't use patients' names, that sort of stuff, depending where you're at, what type of phones. You could even consider WhatsApp as an app to send a group text on.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter, but just think before you do. And if you think it is cuckoo, another fun, do you know how to make me a co-host?
Yeah.
I want to do a screen share and to show you guys something that also I think is very fun with a group text.
Hang on 1 second, make co-host.
Cindy is watching.
Yeah, Cindy's here.
I love when she makes that.
Cindy.
I love when she makes food and puts it on. I'm like, God, I'm starving. Don't put that picture on.
The least you could do is send it up to us, for heaven's sake. There you go, Bob. You can screen share.
Yeah, I'm going to do a screen share, and this is my homework assignment for the weekend, so don't look at it. But I want to show you the power of a couple things here. Another thing that most of us have done that adds fun into the thing is, let me pull this out of the way if I can. Oh, God. There we go. If you haven't made, oh, come on. If you haven't made a Bitmoji of yourself, it's time to go ahead and do it. Okie dokie. This may not, doesn't, it keeps wanting to go to the ad. Hang on. Unbelievable. If we can't get it in 2 seconds, we'll just.
Yeah, because I'm going to ask you about one other thing.
Here we go. And if you haven't done oh my God, look at that old picture they have of me. If you haven't done Bitmojis, make yourself a Bitmoji. They're fun to do. This is the article, but they put some fun pictures in there. So when I do send a group team text, I'll put something like this, go team. And as you also know, if you have an iPhone, you can go to Bitmoji and create a custom Bitmoji. Go team. Hi all, an awesome day and I love my team. Whoever wants, I'll buy lunch for everyone tomorrow.
Anybody ever turn that down?
Yeah, look at the comments that you get. This thing was dancing on the screen. Totally awesome. Boom, this looks just like Gosha, excellent. And so, these little things make a big difference in the thing. So you can see the fun little Bitmojis that we use.
Mhm.
It's fun. It's super coolly awesome. And it changes the face of what you do.
Yep.
In my humble opinion, if you, as we say in Chicago, if you ain't doing it yet, do it. Start it now.
Yep.
Tell your team about it. Here's a rule. Ask them, is there anybody that does not want to be in the group text?
Mm-hmm.
You could have somebody that goes, I just don't want to be there. I've never had that, but it can occur.
Mm-hmm. Dave Karsten, again, Dave and I have to hop on here at some point soon about a lot of other things that are trending in dentistry. But Dave just says, be authentic, catch your team members doing well, remind them why they're important to the team. They know they're important, but they need to know that you know, and that is so important. And I will habitually compliment right on the spot, just because my folks are great, but they need to know that I know, and you can't do that enough, especially if you need to redirect them or guide them. Not going to use the word criticize, but if you need to push them in another direction or tell them that there's something they need to be doing differently, you always want to sandwich that between good things, a critique sandwich with the bread being some good flattering things to say is always important. Bob, you've had me do something on occasion. You've asked me to pick 2 numbers, and you tell us about your little weekly lottery for your team.
Yeah, every Monday and Wednesday morning, we do a group team text. I'm not going to, we do a morning huddle raffle. I'm not going to turn these over because the numbers are there. And so I don't pick the numbers anymore because I subconsciously may pick a number. All my team members always pick the same number. So we work Monday to Thursday, maybe starting 12 years ago, I started doing a Monday morning huddle raffle. And we go through the typical morning huddle. That's a whole other chapter, whole other interview. That's got to be done. When I hear offices go, morning huddle's a waste of time. Nobody shows up. Oh my God.
No.
And you got to do it. But right towards the end of the huddle, before we do our 3, 2, 1. I go, all right, everybody, I got a number between 1 and 10. And I always start to my left. Ghosh, what's your number? Number 3. Vanessa, 4. Annie, 1. Angela, 6. 6 is in pick up sticks. You got it. And then she'll open up the thing. I have them sealed. I feel bad. And I have like a set outline. I change the date. I change the number. It'll say, everybody has to read it. You just picked the big number 6 and won the BOPIC Progressive Periodontics and Implants Morning Huddle raffle. OMG, that's a mouthful. You rock. Our teams, our referral teams rock. Our new referral teams rock. And you are a rock star. And let's have a kick butt Monday. I sign it, CEO of Progressive Periodontics and Implants, CEO of the PIC Group. And then I always have a fun quote. My new latest one is, the best way to predict the future is to create it.
Yes.
Some guy by the name of Abraham Lincoln. And then I'll assign somebody, Sonia, you got the 3, 2, 1. Annie, you got the yo. And Vanessa, you got it. We all stand up, put our hands in like a football team before we're going to roll. 3, 2, 1, yo, yo. Let's make this a masterpiece Monday. We all smack each other in the hands and you walk out of that room in a high endorphin. On Tuesday, Thursday, they've become Cheesy Tuesday and Cheesy Thursday. I've discovered my team loves cheese. So on the weekend, I grab different pieces of cheese. And I'll, and they know, same thing. All right, I know between 1 and 10. What, Annie, 1, as in you won, you got it. And, and you won Cheesy Tuesday, and they'll smell it. Oh, wow. And they're nice pieces of cheese. One the other day, for the 2 cheesies this week, one cost $12 for a little piece of cheese, another one $7. They're awesome pieces of cheese. And I had fun with one. I couldn't believe it. It was at Whole Foods, and the one, and they also had like the actual big piece that it comes from. And if you bought the big piece, it's $415 for this big thing of cheese, and which is hysterical. I asked the guy at Whole Foods, I go, does anybody ever buy that? He's like, no. But it's funny.
No,
oh my goodness, I don't know what happened to my virtual background.
It's almost, it sounds funny. It sounds, could you imagine the dentists, the instructors we had in dental school, how they would describe behavior like this? And these random acts of kindness and the kind of fun way. Look, you and I are not children anymore. And yet, we both know how to laugh. I won't tell you some of the shenanigans that I pull in my office, but when you keep them high-spirited, it's part of what they come to work for. They go anywhere else. They may be able to squeeze a couple of dollars here and there from another employer, but they're part of your life, and you're part of theirs. Your retention rate of people, what's the longest serving person at Progressive Perio right now? Is it Diana?
Yes.
And that's over 30 years?
No, well, Diana's my office manager. Annie's our team leader. So that would be the order. But Sonia's been with me 30 years this August. Annie's going on 21, Diana 14. And Diana simply replaced Rhonda, who was with me from almost day one, simply retired. So, we keep people for good. Gosha's going on 14. Angela the same. Vanessa, 4010. But once a day I'll go up to somebody when nobody is around, let's say Annie's doing something. I'll walk in and go, hey, by the way, is there anything I can help you with today? Blows their mind.
Yeah. And here's the other thing, Bob. How do you feel when you make that offer? How do you feel?
That's a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that before. Well, one, I feel good, but it's also just part of what I do. So I think as a leader, it's part of what you do. So it's part of my armamentarium, if you will.
Mhm.
but I want to help that person. I want to help them grow. Here's something we did that and I pray this doesn't come out wrong, that no one I think has ever done. As you all know, twice a year, I go away from the office. We go 5 blocks away, and we do a PBR, Pick Business Team Building Retreat. It started as a premier one in '98 when we coach others. As an example, one of the people in my mastermind, Marty, you know Marty, Tinkson, she just ran her first premier PBR. She goes, the team was blown away. She's exhausted. I said, yep. And, but about 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half in the PBR, because we always have fun. Right after lunch, I said, all right, reach under your seat and there's an envelope. And I get there before anybody. I had taped an envelope over everybody's seat. And I know where they're going to sit. They all sit in the same seat. So they opened it up and there was $200 cash in an envelope. And as you all, if you watch me or follow me, as you know, there's times you can't do it a surprise anymore. We have a great year in the summer. Everybody gets $200 and we go to the Chicago Premium Outlet Mall. Everybody has 2 hours to shop and then we would everybody buy. By the way, on Purple Cow Wow this week, watch for fun little things. I'm going to show you things that I buy for my team members that I know they love, like pistachios. But getting back to the issue at hand, I'm not ADD. I said to everybody, first off, I want you to know I am not a financial advisor. This is for valuetainment. But I want you all to do well, depending where we come from. I was never taught anything about money, zero. And I get so aggravated, I got such a late start, but I want to show them what I know. And one of the guests on my mastermind is going to be my friend Jeremy, who's a financial wizard. And he's going to show them some things. He changed my life about, I don't even remember when I was driving home. There's all these apps today. And he said to me, you got to get Robinhood. It just came out. I did. And, you can buy fractional shares. Tesla is down this week. I think it was just whatever it is, 900 or something. It was 1,200 last week. So it's a Christmas present in January. But you can buy fractional shares. You no longer have to buy a share of stock and it's free. So long story short, I said to them, I'm going to show you all how to use what's called the M1 platform. M1 is an app where you're basically sort of buying what are called, without boring you all, ETFs, exchange traded funds. You can set up M1 where it's all 100%, let's say Tesla, or 50% Tesla, 50% Apple. You can buy 8 stocks and choose the percentage you want. So everybody had fun. A couple of them called their spouses. They started the M1 account. And for about the first week, every week, how's everybody doing? And I quit asking, but Gosha came up to me the other day and she goes, oh my God, Dr. Pick, I can't believe it. I've made $200 on the $200. And last year, Diana sold, but she did it after 365 days, and pay capital gains tax. She bought all of her Christmas presents for everybody on that thing. So I want to help others. I want to show them how to crank it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Because how
Why
many,
not?
But you see, what I wanted you on here for a reason, and not just because we've become very good friends, but you give more of yourself than just about anybody I know in terms of your team. And for all of you guys out there who are private practitioners, solo practitioners, or partner practitioners, you're worried about the so-called competition coming out there. And there is reason to be concerned, but there are so many things that you can do that the big boys can't. Put that down. There's a reason why the local hardware store exists in the marketplace with Lowe's and Home Depot. And they're all here to stay. But if you want to be the place to work, especially at a time when any people, let alone good people, are just hard to find. What do you think Dr. Pick's team is going to say about the place they work? And when somebody retires, don't you know that people are going to be banging down the doors because you got a reputation? This is what we can do. And it's not, sometimes we can be intimidated by the cost of certain things, but you don't have to do expensive things, especially at the beginning. If you're starting up, you could do little things and work your way up. Bob, what you give of yourself is just so admirable and so Purple Cow Wow outstanding. These are, here comes the cow. Here comes the cow. But these are things that I'd like all of you, including the silliness, by the way, because the silliness is part of what makes us human. But have a little fun, give of yourself. And you're here to take care of your patients. But if you take care of your team in the same way, that care is going to be reflected in how they approach the people who come into your office. And Monday morning could be a very, very good thing. Bob, you get it. You really get it.
Hands down. And when, whole other story, but when we contact our patients after we do procedures, patients always will respond, wow, thank you. They'll mention my team members' names.
Yeah.
Gokhan and Sonia were amazing in the room. I can't believe how well you work as a team. Well, when you take care of your team takes care of you, period. And when your team takes care of you, they take care of your patients. And when that happens, the whole bar continues to elevate.
Magic.
And yes, and it's Disney magic. And but God, so many things. People, you also got to do social media right today. If you're not, you're missing the boat, because all of these acts of kindness can also be put on social media.
You bet. You bet.
And we have a patient, we call her Captain Elaine, and I still make sure she knows how to salute okay. She's 99 years old. It was her birthday last week. I don't know how it happened. She was referred to me when I was a third-year resident. We still don't remember why. And she's always been feisty. Is this procedure going to work? Yes. And I used to tell her, Captain Elaine, I call her Captain Elaine, because she was in World War II, head of a nursing division. And I say to her, I used to say, listen, when you're 100 years old, you're going to have your teeth. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to live to 70. Well, she just turned 99. When she was 98, I said to her, and she travels, her son brings her now. As of last year, she now can't drive. She lives 50 minutes from my office. And I said to her, I've been giving you a hard time and you've been giving me a hard time. You still got all of your teeth. You didn't believe me. For your service in World War II, for being feisty as you are, for the rest of your life, any procedure I have to do on you and all of your cleanings, she comes to me every 3 months, are free for the rest of your life. And I looked at her and said, I'm in trouble because your sister's 104. It's true. It's her birthday the other day. Go on my personal site or at my office site. We got her a cupcake and we lit it up. We sang happy birthday. It blew her away. And she is just a stitch. My hygienist took an amazing picture with her. In today's world, people, those make amazing Facebook posts that you got to do.
Yep, that you're rippling that effect all through. And by the way, I just want to say hi to Marcy Nguyen, who has some very beautiful things to say about us. And my angel, my military assistant angel, Sophia, is here with us. We've got a wonderful, wonderful audience with us, and I really appreciate it, Bob. Listen, tonight at 8:00 Eastern, you come on, right, on Purple Cow Wow. And Bob's got a wonderful Facebook group called Purple Cow Wow. He's got a good following for a reason. And if you want to learn some little tidbits that could make you stand out, hook up with the Purple Cow Wow Facebook group and connect with him. You come on Sunday evening at my bedtime, 8 o'clock. And then you're on Monday morning with, we milk the purple cow. We get some purple milk out of the purple udder at 8:10 in the morning on the East Coast. Bob, you come on and you drive your car, and it's Bob Pick, fender bender, kick some butt time.
Yes. And
you can't get enough of this guy. Trust me, you can't get enough. And Bob's attitude is infectious.
and
It's really infectious.
I'm flattered. It's 8 o'clock on Purple Cow Wow. Monday morning, it's 8:10 Eastern on my personal site for Monday morning. Bob Picks kick some butt to give him energy and energize a bunny. And thank God for Tesla. Oh my God, I would have 50,000 accidents by now because I'm like, but Tesla, when it changes lanes, oh my God, they need to redesign that. I'm like, whoa.
Well, I watch Chicago PD, and I'm going to have Sergeant Hank Voight looking for you. Bob, I can't thank you enough. I want to watch the Chiefs game, and I want to do some writing. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. This is recorded. It's going to be here at Better, Richer, Stronger. And Bob is going to post it on Purple Cow Wow also. So tune into us. No negative. That's right. Nothing. What else? That's right. And greatness is your obligation. That's right. All right, Bob, thanks a lot. Let's chill into a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I will see you real soon. I got a lot of things going on here. Stay with us. Please send your colleagues and friends over to Better, Richer, Stronger and to Purple Cow Wow. We've got a lot to teach. We got a lot to give. And Bob Pick and I are just getting started. Have a great day. Live healthy. Eat well. Get enough sleep. Get exercise. Make somebody's life better each and every day. And please, most importantly, enjoy the ride. I'll see you real soon. And how do we end this? We'll stop it. And I think we're done. We are done.
Wow. Thank you. You blew a great interview. Wow.